Right, hello and welcome to Star Citizen. Good evening. How's your Sunday? Hopefully the weekend's been alright. And yeah, so I've been playing Star Citizen so many hours I've put in the last week. It's unbelievable. It's all I've touched really for the last 2 weeks. And tonight we are going to be doing some salvage. Now this isn't a game loop I thought I was going to like, to be honest. Can be a bit like, it is a slow game loop, there's no combat involved. I like Star Citizen game loops to be quite exciting, to have some element of danger, and this isn't. But for some reason it is strangely compelling. So at the moment we are at ArcCorp. So let's get my star map up because that's going to be bugged. There we go. Let's get rid of that. So, yep, we're at the spaceport, Riker National Spaceport. At ArcCorp, we are going to be going out in.
Want your company to be in good company? ArcCorp's unique vertically integrated
this billboard is on a rotation. And I've just caught a glimpse of my ship on the advert. There it is. So that is a Drake Vulture. Mine's red, not yellow. We'll go and have a look. We'll go and call it out. Go and get into it. Have a look around it. Show you the other.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Salvage ship, and then we'll go out and find something to salvage. So Drake Vulture.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Hangar 3.
Goodbye.
Call the lift. Hangar 3. There we go. Right then. So here is the Drake Vulture. Drake Vulture is listed as a light salvage. It's a nice one-person operated ship. You have these big things at the front. They unfold on these two big arms. These are the hull scraping lasers. There's two types of lasers. Inside here, this is going to be used for other salvage game loops in the future, but those aren't used at the moment. But yes, it's a fairly simple ship. It's Drake, which means it's going to be very, very basic, held together with gaffer tape, with lots of wires on display. There is a cargo area at the back. Let's turn the lights on so you can see it better. Oh, the ship's not powered on, but when I do salvage, I'm scraping the hull. Oh, have I got a thing in there? So I have. I had a cargo box left over. This is a 1 SCU unit box. More on those in a second. Let me just move it out of there. I'm in a armistice zone, so I can't use my thingy. We'll leave that there for the moment. But this is the cargo area. It officially holds 12 of those boxes. I can make it hold about 21, I think it is. But anyway, let's get into the ship, fire it up, and then go and find something to scrape. So we're up here. There's the sort of reminiscent of something like a JCB or some sort of work machinery. Into the pilot seat. Cool. Right, so let's find something to salvage. Now I'm looking for, where am I? Arc. So I want something on Arc L1, Arc L2 or her L5, Crew L4, Arc L5 at a real push, and Mike L3 at a real push. So ideally L1, L2 or her L5. So let's have a look and see what there is. I want a Caterpillar. So on the left here, salvage, loads of salvage contracts. There's a Caterpillar. Crew L4, where's that? It's not so bad. How long's left before I can accept that? 10 minutes. Okay, well let's sort of find a different Caterpillar. Otherwise, there it is. Hammerheads take forever. But Caterpillar's just the right size for this this ship and its hold. Constellation. Freelancers also really big ships. Sorry, not Freelancers, Starfarers. Really big ships. It's going to be that Caterpillar then. In Crew L4. It costs me 50,000 to salvage it, but the money I'm going to make from salvaging it is going to be, it's going to give me a profit of about 200,000. So salvaging takes a lot of time, but you don't get bothered, and you get a nice paid at the end. So I've got to go to Crew L4. It's not too far from Shallowfield Station, so we'll set that up. Okay. And we have the launch pad bug where it won't let me refuel, and I don't have enough fuel to get to this in one go. Well, that's crap. Can I refuel at the station? Can I get to the station? No. Okay, that is a problem. I wonder.
Launch complete.
If I just take off and then
Landing complete.
clonk down, will that reset my fueling? Nope. That's annoying. Arc L1 is big. I know we can get there, so we'll actually do that one. So let's get rid of. That's 50,000 down the drain. Okay. So instead, we're going to a hammerhead. Cool. Nice and easy. Right then. Off we trot.
You are clear to launch.
Somebody's crashed their RSI Aurora over there. Not sure how they've managed to do that. Trying to sneak into a space that somebody else has got.
Launch complete.
Right then. Scared to move on. Yeah, my quantum fuel's not at 100%. So So I could have made that if it let me refuel, but it didn't. So thanks very much, game.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Let's get out the atmosphere, won't take long. So it's a ship. I've got my landing gear up. Better. So here we go, Quantum's going to spool up. Let's go.
Drive is now on.
2.8 million kilometres. And our first jump, then a short second jump, and then a short free fly to our hammerheads. Let's say it was attacked by outlaws or something. Attacked by outlaw pack. Now, thing about why I wanted a Caterpillar. For a start, the hammerhead is huge. It's got a much bigger surface area than a Caterpillar, so I probably won't be able to get it all in one go. I might have to come back, clear my hold, and then head back out and get it, which 2 trips in a ship like this just takes a bit longer. But a Caterpillar is very, very straightforward, very, very flat on all sides, and also the Caterpillars tend to have cargo on board them, and you can take the cargo that they've got and sell that as well. So this is a light salvage ship. One person operates it. There is another type of ship which I'll show you in a second once we've made our second jump. The second salvage ship is a heavy salvage. And it's absolutely enormous. Okay. If you ever get an issue with your quantum drive where it just doesn't recognise that it's time to fly, just come off it, go back on it, and all set. This is obviously a space station.
Quantum drive is now off.
Now we need to go this way, 66 kilometres. It's got quite a top speed, quite a good top speed this. Anyway, the second ship for doing salvage in this game is the Reclaimer. So, back to my ship. We're just creeping in. The thing about the Vulture is it has these two long prongs at the front, and this extends your ship quite a long way, and you've got to be really careful. Now with the Hammerhead it's not a massive issue, but you've got to be really careful with the smaller ships, because if you hit them, because they're just power off in space, they'll just spin and spin, and you can't salvage anything which is spinning. You need it to sit still. Hammerhead's not such a big problem because they're massive ships, but you can still cause yourself problems by just hitting them. So with 3,000 meters, straight past it because this thing does not stop. But as I said, there's never really cargo in the cargo hold for this, so I'm still on cruise control. So I won't be going into the cargo hold, but I do need to have a little look. At the moment we're either above it or below it, so we're just going to have a little look. Get as close as we can. So this bit on the left here, that's the front. Pointy bit at the back is the back. So I've got to use my scraping lasers to basically scrape all of this hull surface. Let's start near the back so I'm going to get a bit closer. 150 meters is the maximum distance you can do it. I'm not quite square to it, so I'm just going to come down a bit. That's better. I'll show you the readout in a second. I mean, that should do it. So once we get to within a decent position, we turn into mining mode. And mining mode lets us move the ship, but it won't, when I move the mouse, it won't move the front of the ship. It just moves my lasers. So you can see on the end of the arms, they've now unfolded and they're now moving around. I've got two types of scrapers. We have the cinch scraper module, which is currently highlighted, and the abrade scraper module. Right clicking my mouse swaps those, and the abrade scraper module is a little bit bigger circle. At the moment, both of my, here you can see both of my lasers will lay over the top of each other to show me how big the pattern I'm going to be scraping is. Now I like to have them just a little bit apart, like that. So I move the mouse, it moves them. This is where it's a little bit like Power Wash Simulator, if you've ever seen that. Just to show you here then, we've got cargo filler station ready, and one SCU. So my current my current total of stuff that I've scraped or I've got in the back is naught of one SCU. So one SCU was one of those crates which I had sitting in the back when I got in. As I scrape, this will fill up. When it fills up, it ejects. I have to go and move them, then I come back and keep going, and you go after every two. On the right here shows you how big the diameter of your right laser and left laser is. At the top we've got a little sort of status bar showing you how much you've got left to scrape, but it's very, very simple. So I'll follow my crosshairs. Let me just, here we go, and you can see it melting away. So now I've just got to scrape the hull for this. The cargo bar is filling up. The there's an outline to the bit of the ship I'm scraping, and at the moment it's light blue. This tells me that there's lots and lots and lots of stuff to scrape. When I'm nearly done, it'll turn to yellow, and when I'm nearly done, it'll turn to red. So, looking at my two things here, they said no material now, so the bit I'm aiming at has been scraped. When I move it, the more blue thickness, the better. That tells me I've got a good quality hull to scrape. So already it's gone to yellow. There's not a lot on the rear section to scrape. My first cargo container is nearly full already, and when it gets full, there it is. So you can see here I've got these red bars and it says filler station obstructed, it's finished. Because it's obstructed, it can't eject, so I need to walk off into the back of the ship and move some stuff about. Where's my... No, I need my cargo thing. There we go. The tractor beam. So this is the inside of the ship. Got a nice bed, blah, blah, blah. We go down the ladder into the hold. Right, so get the lights on. That's better. So the cargo hold is basically... The cargo grid is this element here. But I can, and this is just a walkway, but I can stack everything here as well. So let's just move this into the corner, out of the way. That's one. So at the moment these are not being stacked on the cargo grid, but when I go to sell them later, the game will recognise that they're there. Cool. And all the cargo gets compacted and it comes out there. So nice and easy. So that's that bit done. Now, according to the bar at the top, it says I've done almost a quarter, but that's absolutely not right. Toilet. There's no way I've done a quarter of that hammerhead already, so back in the seat. So every time I fill two containers, I have to go out the back and move them about. Right. So that's ready, we've got good coverage on everything I'm looking at. That's better. So yeah, we just keep scraping. And as I work my way along, I can move the ship laterally. But I don't really want to get any closer. The spotlights that come off the laser just show you where you're scraping are not particularly bright. If there's anything I'd change, it would be I'd make them brighter. Because when you're scraping the hull of a ship, unless you've got the sun behind you, it's in shadow. It's quite hard to see how much you've got left. So it's a bit awkward. There's not a lot going on the back here. Let's just go. I imagine a bit more of this, and it will change the outline to red. But this is a nice, easy game loop. Just to occupy a couple of hours of your time. A ship like this is probably going to take about an hour and a half to fully scrape. Nearly there at the end of this cargo box. And fill it before we move on. Oh, there it goes. Now when it starts to eject, you stop scraping because there's nowhere for it to go, you're just wasting. And then once this number here goes up to 1, that means a new box is ready and you can carry on. So I don't start scraping until that goes to 1. Can take some time, can take just a few seconds. Focus on one of these thrusters at the back. It's got virtually nothing left. Right, I've got my thing ready. It's turned to 1. Right down the bottom. Doesn't like any of that. You can see my my display here. Doesn't like anything I'm looking at. So we'll move to the center section. It's probably most of it on the other side. So let's hit this. This is blue. The good thing about the hammerheads, even though it is a very, very wide and long ship when you look at it from this angle, it's very narrow when you go on the sides, and there's not a lot on the sides to salvage. I was doing a staff area the other day, and there was a hell of a lot on the sides, and the top and bottom. I mean, I did the top and bottom, and I was still 30% remaining, which is still quite a bit, and then going down the sides, so much to scrape off there. Almost time to go down the back of the ship and move the cargo boxes. There we go. It says filler station obstructed. Down the back we go. So we just jump out of the seat. Now on the reclaimer, the cargo hold is absolutely huge, and you need a few people in the cargo hold to move the boxes once they come out. Right, so this is now going on the cargo grid. The cargo grid sort of places the boxes for you, makes everything neat and tidy. As soon as it gives a little wiggle, it's free. So as you can see on here, it's purple. I'll go back once more, it goes purple. So if I let go now, even though it's not completely in the right space, it will just lock it in for me. This bit here, not cargo grid, you have to place it manually, which is why they're not quite perfect on top. And this bit here will do it for you, but I can fill this whole hold, and we probably still won't be completely finished. But there is no rush. Salvaging is not a quick game loop. Where were we? There we go. That's the edge of it. Just go left a bit. That's better. Other things you can do with the cargo ejection thing at the back is you can use it to create a salvage multi-tool. So you can go to some ships and use the multi-tool salvage function. You don't really want to do that with the hammerheads, otherwise that will take several years of your life. If you find any crash ships on planets, you can do that instead. And obviously if you're not in your salvage ship, you'll need something. So you can make that out the back, already with yellow. One thing also you can salvage here, if I brought another ship with me, a lot of people who do solo salvage, what they like to do is they fly out a much bigger ship, like a Cutlass Black or something, and they'll park it next to this, because on this ship I could float out and detach each of these guns. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 turrets, each with 4 guns, and they're all worth money. So you can go out, take them off the turrets, stick them in the back of your ship. When you fly back, you can sell them later. I'm not going to be taking the turrets today because I just don't have the room, basically. be quite a good idea if you're doing this as a co-op. But this will net me probably about 150 to 180,000 credits. So I'm going to make a profit of about 150,000, which is really easy considering there's no combat involved. Most of the time I make my money from bunkers. Okay, that's the next two. Down the back we go. See that status bar at the top of the pages? It's now on about 60%. So it's moved a little bit, but not a massive amount. I say this is it's a big ship. Let's get this one out. Last time I did a Caterpillar, there was 6 of these crates for me to take from the Caterpillar. So I'd filled as much as that before I even started scraping the Caterpillar. And that was alright, that earned me an extra 60-70,000. Gold, titanium, laranite, something else. You don't really find any cargo on a hammerhead. It's not that sort of ship. It has got space for it, but it's not that sort of ship. So nice and steady as we go. Circles as blue as possible. Nice and easy. I think I was going to enjoy this game. I had a period, I took a week out a couple of weeks ago to try some game loops that I don't play. Salvage, cargo and mining, and they were really good. I really enjoyed them. Enjoyed them so much I got myself a C2 Hercules, so that I could haul a lot of cargo. I was using the Corsair, so I could take a fair bit, but nothing really compares to the C2 Hercules. The only thing is, ideally you need a second player with you to escort you or to man the turrets, because piracy is getting more popular. Spent 4 million credits on filling your hull, your cargo good with gold, you don't want to get blown up and lose 4 million credits. Right, move forward a bit more on the ship now. Another 2 filled. What better if you could leave these doors open? Stick this off the grid. That'll do. Gets really tight when you get down to... That's fine. When you get down to like the last couple of rows, and then all you have is this little space here, it gets really, really cosy. Almost turns into like a game of mini Tetris or Jenga or something. You have to try and manoeuvre these huge cargo boxes through the tiny gaps. Change my scope for this one. It's a bit smaller, cut through a bit quicker, a bit better efficiency. I think you can swap out the salvage laser modules and buy better ones. The stock ones are okay. This one works a bit faster, but the overall area is small. One of them. What's the distance we're at the moment? 31 metres. That is here. So I don't really want to get too close because I end up whacking the ship. I don't have to wait for it to settle down before I start again. So that's why I don't like salvaging the really small ships, because if you do accidentally hit them, you have to wait ages for them to stop spinning. Or you try and sort of introduce a random jeopardy element by trying to position yourself where you can stop them spinning, which can be quite tricky. I managed it yesterday, but didn't really want to damage the front of the ship too much. 56% to go on the vehicle hull, according to my readout here. Turned it yellow, so we've cleared most of the salvageable material, all the composites. Now on the reclaimer, there are two separate remote turret stations in the front that you sit in, one on either side of the ship just behind the bridge, and they operate one of these lasers each, so you really need two people to get the best quality scraping done at the beginning. But as I mentioned, once you start doing that, you need some people down in the hold as well to start dealing with all of the crates of salvage that start kicking out. So it really is a big operation when you're salvaging in the reclaimer. You can attempt it on your own, but it takes a long time to get from the turret seat where you're salvaging back to the hold, where you need to move the boxes. purple colours. Is that 74% the bit I'm scraping at the moment? So it's back up to 72. A minute ago it was 50 something. So overall we seem to be at 50%, which is about right. Hello Elgoth, how's the I didn't do the wrecking. Somebody else did the wrecking. I'm just here to tidy up afterwards. But yeah, it's alright actually. I don't really want a hammerhead because they're absolutely enormous and I might not be able to do it all in one go with the Vulture. I was looking for a Caterpillar, but it wouldn't let me refuel while I was sitting on the pad, and the Caterpillar contract was just out of range. And also Caterpillars have cargo in their hold, so you get all the extras from that. The last time I did a Caterpillar I managed to completely strip it and fill and take all their cargo, and it was exactly the amount of space I had in the back of this, so Caterpillars in the Vulture are perfect. Everything else, not so much. Can we just get a bit more here for the filler station? Bingo. Anyway, Elgoth, how's it going, dude? Anytime you want to open door. Escort request. Someone's got a C2 full of stuff. 1,000 per minute, that's really stingy. It's not going to take any more than a couple of minutes. And this is come on. Unless his journey is... Unless he's got a rubbish quantum drive. Now, why are we suddenly... Don't tell me you're going to 30k. No. Reprieve. Lovely. I did, yesterday I did between 6 and 7 hours straight of salvaging, and there wasn't even a hint of 30k or server lag or anything. It was really good. But now I've hit the stream button, we've probably got 30k's lining up like London buses. So that was kind of done. Let's move on to the front. And I'm pressing the button and nothing's happening. Don't 30k me. Oh no, there we go. How weird. How weird. It's just falling over itself a bit. Had a 30k at all while I've been salvaging, so I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen to your stuff. I'd like to think that the 30k protection will kick in and your ship will just be at the dock waiting for you to retrieve it. But if you have to put in a claim, that would not be good. So yeah, if we could put 30k this evening, I'd appreciate it. That's better. Absolutely whipping through this bit. this crate filling up. One down. Come on, new crate, please. How many contracts have I done to be offered? I got offered hammerheads after only doing about 2. The first one I did was I think the first one I did was a Cutlass Black, and then after I did the Cutlass Black, it offered me everything, like freelancers, and I did a Reliant as well, Reliant core, and then it was offering me everything. So it wasn't many, it was like 2 or 3. I much prefer the Caterpillar to the hammerheads, just for the fact that you can loot all the cargo that it's carrying and fully scrape it, and it fits perfectly. This one is going to be a little bit too much, and I'm not going to be able to salvage the weapons in a million years. I just don't have the room. But they're good though. I mean, the contracts that are 50 grand, because normally the small ships are about 5,000 or something that you pay for the rights. Then the slightly bigger ships, like the Cutlass Black, are 20 grand. And with a 20 grand buy-in, you can make a profit of about 60 to 80, depending if they've got anything on board. With the large contracts that I've had so far, these 50 grand buy-ins, I'm clearing like nearly 200 grand. Still showing. Right, let's have a look at the state of play here. So it looks like there's some in there, but it didn't. Oh, it is going for it. Didn't like it when we scraped it earlier. I've got blue circles, so we'll do that. Pretty much the visibility is pretty good, so you can see most of the stuff you haven't really got, like this bit here. No, doesn't like it. Okay, right. Let's just step back a bit, and I'll need to change out from mining mode. This is the only ship that I fly on keyboard and mouse, because it's quite straightforward. There's no real combat manoeuvring needed. And this bit is darker, that's no fun. Square to it. Okay, mining mode. Oh, it's obstructed. Okie doke. Let's go and empty that before we start with the top. Well, no, it's the bottom half of the ship I'm on now, isn't it? Because the bridge is underneath it. This is just weird, isn't it? So, I'll split up. Come on. Why is it doing that? And where has my thing gone? Again, it's taken... No. Where is it? 7 hours, not a hitch at all. Where's it gone? That's just so bizarre. Come on, give me my multi-tool back. Now it's not doing the thing. What are you playing at, Star Citizen, this evening? Is it Sunday evening and all the people are on? Come on. Don't want to heal it. Come on. What is it doing? So I'm not getting any... It's just bizarre. Can I make it push it out of the way? Please ensure... There we go. God. Just... utterly weird, that is. Hello? Ejecting. It's just bizarre. Is having a temperamental day today. But as long as it isn't 30k, I'll put up with that. Also, by the time I'm finished, I should be down the lower end of my hydration. So, right, and now would be a really good time to join out of range. Right. Plot thickness. So yes, this is the underside. As I'm staring at the bridge, which is underneath the front of the hammerhead. My filler station wasn't even ready. Jesus. So that scraping I did on the top bit there just didn't go anywhere. Something's very strange with Star Citizen this evening. I felt my cargo isn't going up. Here, my cargo thing isn't filling up. Oh, now it's starting to fill up. What is it doing? Just bizarre. Sides of the bridge. Also found I couldn't sell all the stuff I'd salvaged. I couldn't sell it on the space station, which is literally just 100 kilometres away. I had to take it all the way back to Arkport, Area 18, before it let me get my money's worth. Yeah, I mean, lately the service has been awesome, to be honest. I had a day last week, an evening last week, where I had a couple of 30Ks. But apart from that, it's been so solid. And so yesterday, I was salvaging for like 7 hours straight, and not a hiccup at all. Cleared about 6 ships or thereabouts. Starfarers are a pain in the bum. Okay, that's ejected. Give me a new one. Come on, give me a new crate. So slow. Oh, there it is. Yep, pick up your drink. And there's the thing. Right. Got a red outline. You know, when everything, as usual, everything works smoothly, it's been fantastic. Time yesterday, even though I knew that I'd been in the seat for over 6 hours, the time just flew by. I did one bunker to start me off. I did one bunker at the end. In fact, I did one bunker flying there in the Vulture, which would have looked a bit odd if I got killed to anybody turning up. And I went there when the Vulture was full, so I couldn't get in the back. Right, how's this looking? It's not so bad. Right, let's move down to the next section. I mean, you've got a Vulture, haven't you, Elgolf? They're really nice to fly. Very easy. Looking forward to doing a bit of cargo moving in the C2. I've already uprated the quantum drive and the shields. I mean, the shields on the C2 are not crappy to start with, so even if I did come under attack, as long as it's not something like an Eclipse or anything with huge weapons, or as long as it's not something that's yeah, I know, weird. As long as it's not something which is going to interdict me and stop me from jumping. See, that door stayed open. Why did that stay open? Bizarre. Come on. You going to play nicely? Yes, we are. Oh, and that's just coming straight out. Fine. No. Eject, eject, eject. Come on. Give me the wiggle. Thank you. Oops. Come back. Yeah. Turn it round a bit. It's better. In it goes. Okay, so how much have we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then another 6. That's 10. Then about 2 or 3 more here. So I've still got space for about 13 of those boxes. Yeah, it was just straight. It was just pleasantly enjoyable. Just sitting there salvaging all these different ships in the Vulture. I'd quite like to see what they've got lined up as a medium class salvage ship, because this is light salvage. The Reclaimer is heavy salvage. I want to see what they've got planned for in the middle. 29% in this section, which means that's probably going to be the sides. So we'll move down, start scraping this bit. I mean, last weekend, I can't remember, was it last weekend? Sunday? I spent, again, about 7 or 8 hours just bunker after bunker. So I'm trying to get up to the serious threat bunkers that pay out 90 grand each. But I think you've got to do, because normally you do 10 bunkers at the start to move on to the next stage. But then I think you've got to do 20 on the medium threat before you can move up to serious threat. And that takes a bit of time. But I haven't been killed in probably my last 50 bunkers. And I've changed out my weapon of choice from the FS9 to the Kana rifle, because the Kana rifle is literally just one shot kills if you get them in the head. Nothing else here. Just the sides. Okay, let's move a bit further back. Oh crap, no, don't get too close. This is on the dark side of the ship as well. I think it's just more of them, because on the early bunkers you get waves of 6, 6 and 6. Then on the medium threat you get 6, 6 and 8, and then it's either 6, 8 and 8, or 6, 8 and 10. They don't really get harder, they don't get better shots, that's for sure. There was only one bunker that I really got myself into a spot, and that is because there was 4 guys in it, and they came out really quickly while I was dealing with the spawn point next to it. So I'd allowed myself almost to get surrounded, and my guards obviously were as much use as Anne Frank's drum kit. So I had to be very careful, almost just wait for them to come back looking for me before I killed them. But yeah, I don't think they get any harder. I mean, you get a couple of enemies who have much better armour, but aside from that, they're not better shots. They don't use sort of strategy to flush you out or anything. They're just standard cannon fodder, really. But what is, if you remember, when we were doing bunkers before, I used to get a little bit frustrated if the guards were standing inside the lifts. But actually I've learned that that's actually a really good thing, because it narrows down the spawn points that the NPCs can use, the baddies can use. So if I've got 4 guys standing in a lift, another 4 guys standing in a different lift, or whatever combination, I know as long as they don't move, I can predict a lot better where the other enemies are coming, and then it actually takes less time to do the level. I did a medium threat of 6, 8 and 8 in about 5 minutes the other day, because all of my guys just stood inside the lifts and refused to come out. So it only left about 3 doors that the gang could come out. So I was able to quickly run around all of them and clear up. So you'd always get at least one door with half the complement of people to shoot in it. So the more they want to stand in the lifts now, I'm perfectly happy. Not a lot of, well, with a Kana rifle, the only people you can really loot are dead guards, because the Ninetales don't use the Kana rifle. And I was having a bit of trouble with the machine gun that we normally use, our sort of bread and butter. Sometimes it just wasn't targeting properly, so I just decided to ditch it. Made a jump to the Kana rifle, so very, very accurate, very powerful. Doesn't have a very big magazine though, 30 shots. What are we doing on this crate? Loads left. In fact, the last time I died on a bunker, I did a rescue. I thought, you know what, I'm going to send up a rescue beacon and see what happens. And the guy accepted it, and I said, you know, you've got. Unfortunately, the time is against you, because normally, if you get a rescue beacon, somebody has died while the bunker's still going on. But it was one of those occurrences where I'd shot the last bloke as he'd shot me, so we sort of killed each other. And so the bunker was finished, but then we had the issue of the countdown. So I sent him a message saying, you know, countdown started. I've cleared everyone. There's literally no danger here at all. But then he had to, because he wasn't part of my, he wasn't like, we weren't in a party. He had hostile turrets, so he had to park up a little way away and then run to me. And when he got there, literally just as time expired. So the guards were opening fire on him. And where's my multi-tool gone, please? Yeah, the guards were opening fire on him. And he had trouble seeing who I was. Because he was saying that I looked like the Ninetales. So, very strange. And then he revived me, we legged it, but he lost sight of me. So after he'd lost sight of me, when he saw me again, he didn't know if it was me or if it was somebody going to shoot at him. So he shot me, and then he got a bounty. So it was really amusing. He came to rescue me, revive me, and then ended up with a crime stat, big one. So I sent him a bit extra just to lessen his pain. Right, now we're getting to the Tetris stage. So I could just do 2 in there, because it pushes it out to there. Yeah, I've still got space. It's just going to be a bit tight shortly. Tighten my sex tape. It's just really weird, look, it's just taking the, just randomly getting rid of the, I didn't take the bounty, no, bless him. I'd have been really rubbing salt in the wounds. I mean, I could really, because my ship was destroyed, because the timer had expired when he got there, so I lost my ship. Then he drove straight into the hammerhead there. That would not have been fun. What range have we got? 21 metres. It's all good though. All good. Made a ton of money lately. Bought the C2. I still can't get rid of that Fury. There's nothing really, when it comes to upgrading the ships on the website, there's nothing that I want to melt the Fury for. I was quite tempted just to spend a tenner and move it up to a Avenger Titan, but never really used the Avenger Titan, to be honest. Got the absolutely... Yeah, if you hit the light ships, they start floating off. That's again another reason why I just stick to the really heavy ships like this. You give them a little push and they don't really do anything. And if they do, you can quickly get in position the other side to stop them from spinning. Whereas on the little ships, they spin and spin and spin, and if you get too close, it will smack your ship and give you damage or blow you up. So the big ships are definitely advantageous for many reasons. Yeah, I wouldn't really use the Avenger Titan. It's a bit too small, and we've got that useless but extraordinarily fast 325A, is it? 325R as a subscriber ship this month. I've used that a couple of times where I've had a 30k and I've had to recover my ship, and I thought, well, I can do a couple of bunkers while my ship's being recovered. I've used the 350R, and good grief, that is fast. It's listed as a racing ship, so I shouldn't be surprised, but I mean, it's really, really fast. When you go at full speed and you start making turns, it's almost instant blackout. This bit, with only a few crate spaces left, that should kind of, doing the rear bit, should kind of take care of that. The rear section, and then just whatever for the station obstructed. Really, am I enjoying it to consider reclaimer? Well, I mean, the reclaimer, but the thing about the reclaimer is you can't really do it solo. I mean, it is possible, but it's gone again. You can sort of do it solo, but it just takes forever. Because you can only use one of the lasers at a time, because it's in those two turret things. Give me my multi-tool, come on. And then here, getting from the pilot seat to the cargo bay is fairly quick, but on a reclaimer it isn't. It takes forever. Don't you go putting your claws in my leg, dude. I mean, even as a multi-crew ship, you'd need at least 3 people. Oh, come on. In fact, really, you'd need 4. I mean, you could probably do it as a 3 if you had 2 in the turrets doing the lasers and 1 in the cargo moving it all around. But the thing is, you'd need to keep moving the ship about once you were clearing sections of it. So, yeah, ideally, you really need somebody to stay in the... Hello? You really need somebody to stay in the pilot's seat. So yeah, 3 at the minimum, 4. This is why I'm interested in knowing if there's going to be a medium salvage, because a medium salvage you could probably get away with using one, wouldn't be a problem, and you'd be able to pack a lot more on board. So why? Come on, give me lasers. Doesn't like any of this rear section, even on the other side. Didn't give me anything. Okay. Let's go for the arse of the ship. Seriously? See, look at this. It's like no target, but there is. That is absolutely stuff to scrape. It's really weird. There must be a lot of server lag tonight for it not to even realise what it's looking at. Come on. Have you been out in the you've been out in the rock lately to do a bit of mining? Playing at all? Oh, I don't know. Fair weather citizen. You going away, or have you been away? Because I'm going away not this week, the week after. Bank Holiday Monday I fly out. So after getting, I'm going to try and get as much done as I can this week, because I know I'm going to have a week without it. I haven't even, the CI racing's been at Le Mans this week and I haven't even been bothered to do that. I've just been playing all my time into this. Family stuff. After this week and next week, then the schools are back. That'll be good. You did one race at Le Mans, because Le Mans is, you know, it's my track. I absolutely love Le Mans. Always do well at Le Mans. A 5th place finish at Le Mans is a bad result. So, but I just have. Oh, also, it's not just about not being bothered. I've had from Thursday. I've had what's it called, patella tendonitis in my left knee. So I've been completely resting on the sofa. So I wouldn't have been able to use my left foot to do any braking because it was just too painful. So I suppose I've had sort of an injury to deal with. What is this doing? Super painful. I knelt down on the floor to pick something up on Wednesday and my knee felt really tender as if I'd hit it, but Dr. Google, consultation with Dr. Google told me that actually no, it was patellar tendonitis. Right, okay, that is the top, and whoops a daisy, that is the top and the bottom. So now need to look at the sides, start the front actually. There's a fair bit of stuff to scrape off the sides. Let's just get a bit closer. Let's try this bit first. Starfarers are a massive ball ache because they've got so many like cutouts as you go down the side. You have to sort of aim your lasers through. This is fairly straightforward. Space for about 3 more crates or 2 more crates. We'll see when I get back down there. I think we might be lucky. We're not going to salvage the guns, but apart from that we might be lucky on surface material. We've already made back more than what I've paid for this. Great deal on the sides here. It's all those edges that wrap around as well, just a little bit. There's 2 more crates. See the bar at the top, I'm not sure if that takes into account the guns as well. Loads of them. 1, 2, 3. 4's going to be tricky. And then there's space there for another one. Oh, still ejecting. Okay. We don't know, do we? Do it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not going to fill that. Not what's left. I don't mind abandoning the contract with so little left of the ship to do. It's an hour and a half. Rescue beacon fired, man stuck under crate. Oh, I see. Yeah, it took me a bit of time to catch on there, but hello, can I have a laser, please? So look at that, 71 and 75% value. Thank you. Glad you could join us, lasers. Didn't press the button about 10 minutes ago, but whatever. So look at the sides of all the turret housings as well. I don't think I'm going to be filling up this today. That's okay though. I didn't fancy going back, dropping everything off, then coming back out to this. Halfway through another crate. Oh, got some good side action here. I think. No. There we go. That's better. So do this turret on. Definitely not doing another Starfarer. Those Starfarers are really weird ships, the refueling ones, because every time I've done a new ship that I've not done before, I always make the point of going onto the ship and having a look around it and seeing if there is any cargo in the hold. And the Starfarer's hold is pretty crap. And the hold on this is pretty crap as well. Caterpillar was good. A bit more to scrape here. Nearly done. Let's see if we can fill one more crate. Oh, donk. Knocked it. Donked it. Oops. Let's try and get underneath it. Oh, whacked it again. And then it will go up, 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 up. That might be it. Is there much there? Maybe. The last little bit here from the front of the turret. Behind the turret. Oh, there's a bit. I love that. It's like a rotisserie chicken now. Or it's something you find in a kebab shop. I'm just going to rotate around it, slicing off the good bits. Part salvage, part space kebab. Is this game lagging? There's a little bit of lagging. A little bit. I've had a few tiny problems with it. Stream I think has been fairly stable all the way through. Can't guarantee it because I haven't been watching it. But yeah, a little bit Shrekus. Nice to see Shrekus. Yeah, I think there's a tiny little bit of game lag. I think there's I mean, you can see at the moment the way the ship is rotating there. It's rotating and sort of just checking itself. and that should be rotating smoothly. So I think it's having issues. I've been having issues with it while I've been just moving around my own ship with crates not coming out properly. How much have I got left in this crate? 0.66, that's not great. I want it to be a bit fuller than that. Anything I'm missing? That looks interesting. Just try and fill up the last of my crate before heading back. The ship's pretty much done. Yeah, it's just... I played this yesterday for about 6.5, 7 hours, and it was absolutely smooth as silk all the way through. But this evening, it's just had little tiny niggles here and there. Come on, nearly there and nearly there. Can we get that last bit filled? Oh. Tiny collision. Oh Christ, hello. Almost. Look at that. It's just a 0.95. I need just 0.05 of crap. Oh, there we go. I spy. Bingo! That'll do. Let's withdraw. Go and get my crates out. And then head back and sell it all. I mean, that's as good as finished, that ship. See, let's see if it'll do it now. See, it's taken my multi-tool away. The door hasn't opened. Now the door's opened. This door's shut. Earlier it wouldn't shut. Now I've got my multi-tool back. Now it's opened. So it's not reacting as quickly as it should be. Now as I was walking through this door, I was about to say it was taking my multi-tool away, and it's done it again. So got to wait a second for my multi-tool to... There we go. So let's move that. Come on. And if we eject this one, that should be the last of the crates. We can go and sell the whole lot. Bingo. So let's just wait for that to finish ejecting. Won't need the multi-tool. Come on, give me the wiggle. There's the wiggle. Right then, back to base. Up the ladder, please, in your own time. Yes, it's just been a few tiny little weird bits. Come on, open. Oh, it's still spinning quietly. That's alright, we got pretty much all of that shit. That was quicker than normal. That was what, hour and 40 minutes or there? Yeah. Thereabouts. So, let me get back to the thingy. See, it wouldn't let me sell it anywhere other than Art Court. Wouldn't let me sell it. I couldn't go, you know, to the nearest space station and do it there. It just wouldn't accept it. Where am I going? Oh, there it is. Try and spot the triangle. You've got to love that. I mean, I like Drake ships anyway, and they're usually pretty crappy put together, but you've got to love this. Look at all that hanging down there. That is just unreal craftsmanship. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, I keep saying it. I'd like to see what they've got in terms of plans for a medium salvage, because this is really nice, but that walking backwards and forwards is a bit of a ball ache. And although the official cargo grid's only got 12, you can get like 21, 22 on there if you're good at stacking stuff. And then you've got the reclaimer, which is just gargantuan. You want something a bit like a hold the size of the Corsair or something, or the Freelancer Max. Well, I like the detail. think if you're going to build a ship for someone to buy, at least hide your wires. I mean, you wouldn't pay 500 quid for a PC and have crap cable management. You'd want it all timed away nicely, and that's things you're never even going to see. So, Drake are a really weird bunch. Turn my floodlights off. But I upgraded the quantum in this, because the quantum drive in this was absolutely awful. So slow in terms of spooling up, the actual travel, and the recharge, the cooldown period. Awful. So changed out the quantum, much better, as you can see here. See that would take about 3.5 hours. Let's get back to here. There's 0 cooldown. That would have been a 15-second cooldown previously.
Quantum drive is now on.
And you will have noticed, Elgarth, that it is a red vulture, not a yellow one. Well, I've got to say, I'm really, you know, I was really, when they, in 3.18, when they said we're going to be doing salvage and that, I just thought, God, that just looks so dull. But actually, it's just really nice. Really, really nice.
Quantum drive.
It's a very good, I mean, you can't really, am I right over it? I am, aren't I? Yes. You can't really have a game which is excitement all the time on every single game loop, because you just wouldn't get the same number of players. But, you know, the quieter game loops, like mining and this, they're actually quite enjoyable. Haven't tried mining in a ship yet. That just looks, well, I thought that about original mining. I thought it just looks a bit too much.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Like a bit dull, hard work. Hello. There it is. But, yeah, no, it's really enjoyable. Just plonk this back in the hangar. Hopefully I can refuel it this time. I don't have to fly up to some crappy mining outposts to get it refueled. It's nice to have the variety with white. I found landing the C2 really easy. It's even easier when you pop the wings up, but overall, because I was looking at some of the landing pads and thinking, cool, that's a bit tight, but it hasn't been too bad. Certainly taking it over to Crusader, just stuck it in the first time, no problems at all. Hello. Easy does it.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I would love to have a pleasant stay. Are you going to refuel my ship? I'm going to have to get some jerry cans or something for this, because it just does not want you to refuel at all. Right. Done the wrong thing to get out the ship. No, I don't want to go there. There is a little button on the on here, exit ship, and that will take you out the side, like when you get on board it in the first place. Anybody crash their ship trying to sneak in, like in the last hangar I was in? No. That's so annoying, not being able to refuel. Must not forget next time I go out in it. Oh, I can get rid of that, can't I? Can abandon that now. There's virtually nothing on it left. Let's just sell this, and then that is actually a fairly shortish stream, but I thought it'd be about 2 hours. We've come in just under. And I'm not nearly as dehydrated as I usually am. Still at 50%, which is alright.
Exploring the stars. Our corp is proud to bring the universe closer together.
Welcome
Our corp
to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
350R, it's rubbish. Stupidly fast, but rubbish.
Please
Right,
visit us again.
let's get on the train. Go and flog that one.
Captain Lisa Boleyn, there is a comm for you at the Meridian Transit Office. Captain Boleyn, come up in the Meridian office.
C2. Ugh.
From transforming worlds to exploring the stars. Our corp is proud to bring the universe closer.
I always store before selling, yeah. In case I hit 30k in the bit between landing and going to the thing. The last thing I want is to completely fill my ship, get 30k, and then it still thinks I'm out in space. One minute 18, tram arriving. Seriously? Is there some sort of transit automatic tram strike? Is that my tram? Is it going to change to like 3 seconds? No, it's just going to stick it there. Fair enough.
Stand clear.
See, for that,
Doors
hovering
are
over
now
the stuff,
closing.
it doesn't highlight it. P4, that was the one, yeah. I've used that a lot lately. It's been carnal. Have I got silence on it? No, you have. Doesn't sound like it when I use it. My lovely Carner clips on the front. There was a mission I saw where you can find like these helmets in standard crates. Very good for rare loot. It's a really crappy paying mission. It's only about 5,000 credits, but the aim of it actually is you pick up this package from a derelict outpost, but you'll actually make more money by looting all the loot boxes because they're just full of exotic weapons. They've got lots of different coloured multi-tools as well, because the multi-tool is yellow or gold, and they've got red ones, white ones, green ones, all different colours. Very interesting. So I'll have to have a look into that. But on that, on the derelict, the enemies are really, really shit hot with their accuracy and their shooting.
Now
So I think
arriving.
that's probably one for the pair of us. So I don't want to just rock up to it and then get incapacitated. Okay, how many people are going to be standing on the central rotating ball thingy? Is it going to be more or less than 100? Oh, no, there they are. There's hundreds on. When I left earlier, there wasn't that many on there. There's only about 10. So I paid 50 grand for that salvage claim. And from that salvage claim, and that was pretty much an entire hammerhead. So that was 92.4k. This one's going to be just marginally less. 77k. So that was 169,400 in total. So just over 110 grand made as a result of that. So that was alright. It was much quicker. Much quicker than normal to do. But yeah, that was alright. Nice and enjoyable. Didn't die. Only whacked into it at the end. Made 110 grand in and out, which would be, I don't know, in bunker terms, that's 1.5 bunkers at the moment. So in terms of time versus money, certainly not the best, but in terms of money versus risk, absolutely superb. So you're going to get your claws out of my leg, little cat. Anyway, yeah, that'll do for this evening. So quite a short one really, just under 2 hours. Thanks for watching, everybody who's joined, and I will see you for the next one. So take care.